Welcome to Odoo Live, everyone. My name is Todd Farnham, Community Manager here at Odoo San Francisco. And joining me today is Vivek Kerr to talk about sales and CRM. So thanks so much for joining us, Vivek.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you for inviting me today. I appreciate it. So today we are going to go take a dive into our CRM and sales module. Those are my personal favorites because I use them every day at work. That's what I use internally for my role here at Odoo. So we will go take a dive into those modules right now. So thank you, Todd.
Perfect.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. And just a couple items, for those of you who might be new. The format of the webinars is that Vivek will give a presentation for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then at the end, we'll have a Q&A session where we'll answer any questions that you guys enter in the right of the chat box here throughout the presentation. And as always, if you like this presentation, find it useful, and want to find out more about Odoo, please be sure to hit subscribe down below or in the corner of the box. And you can see updates on future product releases, more information on webinars, and just kind of stay in touch with us overall. And be sure to follow us also on Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, where we've got tons of cool stuff coming out all the time. Now, without further ado, I will pass it off to you, Vivek.
Thank you, Todd. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So before we get into the modules, I just want to mention if you have any questions or want to reach out to me regarding learning more about our modules and our different softwares that we have available, you can always email me directly at vki@odoo.com. All right, so let's take a look real quick at what we have for the agenda. So today, we're going to start off by talking about how we create leads. Then we'll dive into managing our opportunities in our pipeline. And from there, we will create some quotes, which will convert to sales orders. And from there, we'll create invoices. And finally, before Q&A, we will dive into sales reporting to show you some graphical analysis using visual analytics such as bar graphs, pie charts, line graphs, as well as a pivot table. And we'll show you how to use filters and group bys as well for analytical views. All right, let's get into it. All right, so this is the database that I've created for today's webinar. As you can see, we have a couple of standard apps that come with your database. You'll see within the CRM and sales, you'll see the discuss feature that we call chatter. You'll have access to your calendar. And let's start off by looking at our contacts app. So as I click in, you'll see the view. This is a Kanban view. You can also see it in list view as well. So here's where you would find your master list of all your contacts. So I'm just going to click into one right here. You get Smart Tab features attached to each customer contact. You can access any sales created through this contact, any opportunities that are open with this contact, and any meetings that you have as well. So this is the view of our Kanban right here on our CRM. Before I talk more about this here in our pipeline and our CRM, I'm going to take you to our website where I have linked the website app to our CRM via Contact Us. Okay, so this is the back-end view of the website. We'll just assume it's the front-end view that the customer is actually looking at. And right here, when we go to the Contact Us tab, we can click on this, and it will bring us to this form. And we can just create a new lead directly from here. So I'm Jim Burrows, and I went to our website, and I decided I wanted to reach out to you guys to ask some more information about products. All right, and all we have to do is click send. All right, the message has been sent successfully. So now when we leave the website app and jump into our CRM, in configuration settings, we've already enabled leads as a pre-qualifying step. So because I've already enabled this, I get a new drop down in my pipeline view, right here, leads. So if I click on this, here is the leads list. So we just created this one, Jim Barrows at techking.com. So if I click open to this, you'll see that there is some information. I'm just going to click edit so you can see the lead form. In Odoo, anything that's highlighted bold is a mandatory field. If I filled out everything else but left this line blank and I tried to save, Odoo would send me a pop-up telling me that I could not save this. Here you can add in the company's information, their address, their website. You can even tie this lead directly to a salesperson if you want, and to a sales channel as well. You can prioritize it here, and you can add in any tags. And all you do to bring this into your pipeline is you follow the logical green button and you convert this to an opportunity. When you click that, it'll bring you to this page. So you have a couple of different options. Here it's asking whether we want to convert this to an opportunity, or perhaps maybe this is a new person within the company and someone from the company had reached out to us a couple of months ago, and so we can merge it with existing opportunities as well. And then we can assign this to a specific salesperson, to a specific sales channel, and then we can either create a new customer or link it to an existing customer. Since this is a brand new customer, we're going to leave it as is. We're going to click the logical green button. We're going to create an opportunity. And now this lead has moved into our pipeline. As you can see, it's no longer on there. So let's jump into our pipeline real quick. So this is the Kanban view of our pipeline. Here is the default stages. If for some reason you feel, there's maybe another stage, could be in your Kanban view in your pipeline, we could just simply click on the plus sign and we can add a new column, a new stage. So we'll move this in between proposition and 1. And if we wanted to fold a stage or we wanted to edit stage, we would just hover right next to the plus sign that we used to create a new stage. Click on this icon, and we're able to fold a stage. If we want to edit permanent settings in the stage, then we could close here and go Edit Stage. And here we would be able to change the name of the stage. We can assign it to a team if we want, and we can keep it default folded in the pipeline if we want as well. And the probability defaults in Odoo, but you can change this manually as well as leaving a requirement for the stage. For proposition, we might want to say and let's save that. So I'm going to go into one of these new opportunities that we created into the card view. I just want to talk a little bit about what you see right here. So if I wanted to access some more settings right here, I'm able to do so by clicking right here. I can either edit directly from here, I can delete, or I can archive it. I can use priority tags to prioritize this as well. And let's edit this a little bit to add some more features. So we've already expected 18,000 in revenue for this opportunity. The probability is set at 10. Let's put a closing date right here. You can say we expect this to close next week, just for the sake of the demo. Any contact information relating to the opportunity can be added right here. You can even attach it to a specific campaign that you used. And then you can give more information as well, including the job position of the opportunity as well. So let's take the breadcrumbs back. If I were to move this across from new to qualified, you would see that it would update the amount of revenue expected within the stage. Just like that. you're probably noticing that there are some clock features and they're all different colors. Gray refers to no activity has been planned at all. Green means that the activity is still up and coming. Red would refer to that this is past due. This is an activity that we should have taken care of already. And then orange means that it's coming up today. So these are the different views that you'll see directly. If you want to add a picture to any opportunities, you can do so by just simply clicking on here, and then you can add and upload a picture of the opportunity or of the business logo if it's a business that is part of the opportunity as well. So we will just assume that we have this opportunity right here, and directly from here we can even move it across the pipeline instead of doing it in Kanban view. So we can say we move this across. Maybe we set a meeting for tomorrow. We can just click on that view. And we can just simply say, and we can just create just like that. And if we wanted to add everyone's calendar or certain people's calendar, we can do so from here as well. So let's go back to the deal. So now you can see on the Smart tab, the meeting we just created is popping up in the opportunity form. Let's go back to the Kanban view, and we will move this deal to proposition stage. And now that we're in proposition stage, from here we could probably send a quote. Seems like the sensible thing to do. So the way you send a quote directly from your pipeline is once you open up the opportunity card, you see this logical green button. Click on the new quotation, and it will bring us to the customer quotation form. So here it's already populated the customer because it's attached to the opportunity. We can pick a specific quotation template if we want. For this case, let's pick a gamer's package quotation template. So it's already pre-populated the items that were attached to this quotation package, which was the graphics card I created and the headphones that I created. You can add any payment terms right here. So you can set this to these three that come stock default in Odoo, but you can also add more payment terms if you want in our accounting app. So we'll just leave it as immediate, and we'll just set the end of the month as the expiration date. And so now here we have the option to do a couple of things. We can either send this directly to the customer via email, we can print and view, or we can skip and go ahead and confirm the sale. So let's just send this by email so we can kind of see what the view is both on the online quotation and in the PDF. So if I send this by email, it will bring us to this page. And from here, you will either be able to view the quotation in PDF form, or you can view it online. So let's look at this view right here. Right here. Okay, so this is the online quotation that we just created. You can make this as articulated as you want. If you want to put more information, if you want to put more images or background animation, you can do all sorts of things right here. I've kept it fairly simple. I've added in the logo right here. A little bit about the package. Some visual. And you can add a what's included section to let the customer know what exactly is inside of this quotation. And then a couple of the products that are attached to this gamer's package right here. So this is what the online quotation looks like. If we scroll up here, we can accept the order. And we can sign for it right here. And so this is what the online quote will look like. And our customer can write any messages here as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and assume that John here has confirmed and accepted the quote. So we can go ahead and confirm the sale. And when we confirm the sale, because I have inventory added into this database, you can see it's automatically triggered a new Smart tab for delivery. So before we go anywhere else, let's go into this tab to check it out. So here you can see it's the warehouse outgoing order number 3 that's attached to the source document, our sales order number 5 that we just created, and it's showing that it's in the ready stage. So all we have to do to confirm this order outgoing would be just to validate. So I can simply click validate and hit apply, and it's gone from the ready stage to the done stage. So I'll take the breadcrumbs back to our sales order. And here, from here, now that the delivery's already been set, we can create an invoice as well. And let's keep it simple. Let's pick the first top line, but there's multiple ways that you can create the invoice. You can just use invoiceable lines. You can deduct down payments, percentage, or a fixed amount. Let's go ahead and click the button to create an invoice. So this brings us to this page, the invoice page. All we have to do to verify this draft and move it into open and then paid stage would just be simply to click validate. And now that it's in open stage, all we have to do is register the payment. And now we can attach it to either bank or cashier. And then you can configure the bank journal to your bank account. And it's related to this invoice, the date of the payment. We just hit validate. And we have completed the cycle. So it's paid. I'm going to go back to my pipeline to show you a couple of more things. So we can talk about a couple more things. So we did show you how to create an opportunity directly from here, or lead. So if you wanted to create an opportunity directly from the pipeline page, you can simply do so by clicking this create button. Just pick a customer. Give it some priority. And hit create. And that's how you would create it directly from the pipeline view. If you didn't want to create something because you already have maybe in an Excel spreadsheet or a CSV file, you have hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of opportunities or leads, and instead of manually adding them in, you feel like it would probably be best to use the import function. It's really simple. All you would do is hit the import button, and as long as it's in a CSV or Excel file, you would just click the logical load file button, and then you can just add in and import your leads and opportunities directly from here. So that's one way of not having to do it manually. And since we have already sent this guy an invoice, we might as well mark it 1. And when you mark it 1, you'll get this nice little animation. And you'll see that what was in proposition stage is now moved to this 1 stage right here. Okay? So those are some of the ways that you can create a lead either from the website on the Contact Us form that would populate into the leads list, or we could just simply create one by clicking this button. We can just say we wanted to move directly into the pipeline and create an opportunity and skip the whole leads stage. And from there, we would move it across our different columns, our different stages. What we can do that I didn't mention is access our Discuss app, our chatter function, directly from our opportunities. So if I just clicked on this right here, and I just scroll down to the bottom, here you will see you are able to do a couple of different functions. So you can either send a message to the person, to the customer, the opportunity, because his email has been tied with his customer form, and that is tied with this opportunity right here. And if I wanted to attach an image, I would just go to this paperclip icon right here, and just click on it. And let's see what image we can add in. Let's add in these headphones. And right here, we have now added an image to an email that we are going to send directly to Curtis. Just like that. We can also log activities. And if we put an @ symbol in front, we can access someone internally within our company who's associated with this product form, this customer form, opportunity form, and we can simply say, and because I've used this @ symbol, not only will this note log here in the chatter on this opportunity form, but if Vivek goes into his Odoo instance and he logs in and he's logged in, he will see an inbox right here, and he can access his emails from right here. Or if he just went into his regular email and he wasn't logged into Odoo, he would also be able to capture this note, which was sent here, would also end up in his email inbox as well. So that's a couple of different ways that you can log notes here for everyone to view who's associated with this opportunity, sending messages directly to the customer from right here. Or if you add an @ symbol, it will send the message not only down here, logging it down here, but it will directly send the message to the person that you added the @ symbol to as well. So here is our schedule activity. I use this every day. It's one of my favorite features. It keeps me very organized. Here I would be able to set an activity that I wanted to do. I can just click email, call, or meeting. I can assign a due date to it. I can say need to finish this by the end of the week. And I can just schedule it right here. So if I scroll down, I see a couple of activities that I've scheduled. Simply to confirm that the activity has been completed, all you have to do is click mark done, and you can either just skip the next step and just click done to end it, or maybe you might want to say something like that. And it would just take you back into the schedule activities. Very simple and easy to use. Now let's say we wanted to add more people onto this opportunity form so they could also follow it. You'd simply do that by going right here. And here you would be able to add any followers or add any channels. Maybe you want this to be part of the entire sales channel and not just certain people within the sales team. And then you can do that here. You can add the inbound or the outbound sales channels that we have. Or if you just want to give it to a specific person within a team, you would do that right here. And if I no longer wanted to be associated with this opportunity, maybe this was something that I started, but now I want to give it to someone else on my team because I have too many opportunities, or maybe someone on my team speaks a foreign language that it's the customer's primary language, and I no longer want to be associated, I would just go here and I would click the X, and it would give me this pop-up window, and all I would have to do is click OK to verify that I no longer wanted to follow this opportunity. So that's some of the ways you can access the Discuss app and how it integrates with all the other modules as our chatter functionality. So let's go a little bit into the configuration so we can talk about how you can set up sales channels. So if I go into configuration and I click sales channels right here, this is where I would be able to create a sales team. So I've already created two, an inbound and an outbound one. All I would have to do is follow the logical green button, hit create, and maybe we have one for our website. We can put in channel leader, and let's put an email alias. So all emails that would be in regards to a website sale would come directly to this email. If I wanted to add any team members, I could do so simply by clicking the add button. And if I wanted to access any sort of dashboard logistics, I can do that right here as well. So it's really simple. That's how you would create a sales team. If I wanted to archive anything, say I no longer am using a website sales team, I've just decided to give that to our inbound sales channel, I could just simply go here and hit archive, and the sales channel would be removed. So that's a few ways that you can access that. You can access your customer portal from right here, and you can use our group by and filters, which I think is really, really powerful. Very, very useful stuff. So I can just simply X out of that filter, and here I can specify if I want to see simply just the customers, if I wanted to see my vendors, or if I wanted to see companies. I can just do that right here. So for example, if I wanted to save something, a view that I like, I can simply pick the view that I want to see right here, and I could save the current search, and I could also add this to my dashboard so I can view KPIs, which I will show you later on in the demo. Just like that. So let's go into our sales module real quick. So this is our front view of our sales when we enter. We have some different features on our orders tab. You can access quotations, orders, or your customers from here. You can access whether you want to do orders to invoice or orders to upsell. And in your catalog tab, you'll be able to access some useful stuff like your products database, your price list, and any promotional programs or coupon programs that you have going. So let's go into the products page just so you can kind of see how we create a product. So I've already got some products that I created, made a couple of them. So let's just, before I dive into the products I created, let's simply create another one. It's really easy. And here we can say whether this is something that can be sold and purchased. Maybe if it's something that we manufacture in-house, I would disable this as well. But if it's something that we buy from another vendor, we can leave this on here. If we have an inventory warehouse management system, we would probably set this to be a stockable product. We can set the sale price of the product, as well as the cost price associated with the product, whether it's something we purchase from someone or something that it costs us to build. So let's save this real quick. And then we get some other access to other features as well. The sales tab, an inventory tab where we can set routes, customer lead times, as well as logistics such as the weight and volume. And you can see all these smart tabs on here as well associated with the product, whether or not you can update the quantity, check the forecasted quantity, any product moves associated, and reordering rules and sales associated with this product. But this is mostly for our inventory webinars, so I'm not going to go into depth with that. So now when we go back, we can see that the server that we just created is here as well. And let's go take a look at one of the items that we've already made. So when I open up this headphones form, I can see that I have access. Let's click the edit button. I have access to a couple of different tabs. This is set as stockable. We've already set the price. Here we can say the same sort of things, whether we want to set this route to make to order and add any logistics of the kind of the size and the volume of this product, and any on-hand forecasted product moves and so forth. So we've already got 3 sales associated with this product that we can access directly from here. So if I click in here, it's showing all the sales orders directly tied with the headphones, one of the products that we sell at our company. We can see the customer that's associated, the description of the product, the salesperson associated, quantities, and the totals as well. So I'm just going to take the breadcrumbs back. And we will go into our, well, we already talked about the customer, so we'll skip that. We will go into price lists, so we can talk a little bit about that. So here I'm able to create a price list. So by default, it already comes with this public price list. Public price list is set to, well, I set it to include the discounted price in the price, but this is just the standard price that you've already put in the products form. These are some of the ones that I created. So let's go into this last one I created. So all you would have to do is you would go to create for price list, and it would bring you to this form view. We can hit edit to kind of see what we did here. The mandatory bold field, something we have to make sure that we add in here. So here is a U.S. retailer's price list. Let's click this to show public price and discount to the customer. You can add specific countries if this is just for countries. We've already allocated it as a U.S. Price list, and then we've added the applicable products that this price list will take effect to. So here it's showing that what we did is we set the cable to a fixed price. Here it's showing that we set the headphones to a fixed discounted price. And on the all products, we just didn't do anything. We just left it as is. So to create a price list, you would just hit create. So we can just create a quick one just to show you. And let's discard this right here. Let's add in. You can pick on everything, on a specific category, on the product, or if you have specific colors, sizes, and models of a single product, you can even pick the variant of that. So you can go very granular. We can pick product here. We can state the minimum quantity needed for this price list to take an effect. So we can just say for this one, it's a minimum quantity of 1. It's a Christmas special. So let's set this price list to begin on Monday the 17th, and an end date of 27th. So we can associate either a fixed price for this product. So I'm just going to do one for each. So we're just going to pick the cable real quick, and we can say fixed price. Instead of being $100, I believe it's only $50. And then we can do it again for the other products. We can say this graphics card is set to a percentage. So there's 3 ways that you can set the price list computationally. And we can say they have to buy 2. For this to take an effect. And we can have the same start and end dates. And for the last one, I believe it's the headphones that we didn't do. We can set a formula. We can set a minimum quantity. We can associate the computation either based on the public price, on the cost price, or based off of another price list that we have in here. So we'll just keep it as this, and we can say for our headphones, it's the public price minus the price discount of 25%, plus maybe there's some sort of surcharge involved. We can just say 5. Let's just save and close this. And here are the terms of this Christmas special price list that we just created. We can add a country group right here. We can say everyone in Europe, everyone in South America will get this price. And that's pretty much all that needs to be done to create a price list. So I'm just going to save this. I'm going to take the breadcrumbs back. And this is the price list that we just created. So that's how you create a price list. You can also access other features right here. So let's go over this real quick. This is important. So I've already installed our Stripe. So Stripe is already available to access. Actually, it's saying that I need to... Oh, okay, so it's already done right here. So if I wanted to send an online quote, I can now, because this is already configured, I can now send the online quote, and instead of just saying to sign, I can say that they can make a payment as well. So let's just check the settings right here to make sure that it's set to that. Yep, it's set to that right here. So we can just save. And let's see if we can send another quote and this time have our customer pay for it online. Okay. So we have a quote right here. We're going to create a quote. Let's send this to Sven Vaith. Let's use Gamers Package. Let's use good customer price list for him. Payment terms. Let's give him 15 days, but we will assume that he pays instantly. So we will send this by email. And now when we view the online quote, okay, so that's probably because it was only set to the default template. But pretty much, if you set your Stripe, your payment acquirers, you can also have another feature here where someone can actually pay. So let's see if we can edit the quote and fix that from right here or on the customer level. Okay, I think everything's already set. So you can do that. You can either have a customer directly send to sign for to sign and accept the quote, or they can also pay online. All you have to do is configure the settings on your payment acquirers right here, and you would do that just by accessing this. We've already set this up. And this is how you would configure. You would just pick the payment acquirer. You would add in the credentials right here, which I've already done. And in configuration, you can set the payment flow, either that we encode his payment details on the website, or he or she is redirected to the website of the acquirer as well. So that's how you would install, configure, and then you would simply just publish it, and it would be available to be used. So that's some of the ways that you can set up your configuration for your payment acquirers. So we've gone over a couple of different things. I think we have taken care of the products, how to start a product, create a product, how to access your customer view, how to create a price list. We talked about a little bit about the payment terms, and we created the quotation as well. And we showed you the online quotation, how you can set that up as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at a little bit of reporting. So I'm going to switch out of the demo database that I created just because we don't have enough information in there. And what I will do is I will move to our demo sandbox because there's tons of data in there. So here I have already pre-saved some KPI views. So when you add your dashboard, you would use the filters and group bys, and then you would use your favorites tab, just like I showed you earlier. And then you would add it to dashboard. And when you add it to dashboard, you would be able to access in real time dynamic view of certain KPIs that might be important to you. So for this one, I created quotation by status, showing us our draft quotation versus our quotation sent. It's in a graphical visual view. Here I decided I wanted to group by in list view and kind of just have a numerical analysis of all our sales orders by salesperson. And then here is a sales analysis by channel, different channels that we have in this demo database sandbox. So let's take a look at our sales in the demo database view, and let's use a little bit of our filters and group bys to create some more KPIs that we can add to our dashboard. So we've already had a couple for quotations. Let's look at all sales, let's use by customer. Actually, yeah. And specifically, we can now track the sales just for Agrolay. Actually, this is in quotation view. Let's use China export because they already have plenty of China export data in here. So let's do that again. Okay. So now I have all sales orders that are based on our customer China export. We can simply just save this current search. And we can add this to our dashboard. And if we go back to our dashboard, should have, let's just refresh this real quick. That's what we just created just now. So that's a couple of ways that you can use our filters and group bys and then add it into a dashboard so you can see the KPIs associated with what we just created. So now as this updates in real time, we have more sales orders by China export, you will see that these numerical values will also change as well. Okay? So we can also just take a quick look at some other reporting features. We do have something called our pivot table, which is great. So let us move from quotations to actual orders. So let's look by customer. Right here. Say we wanted to do another filter or group by. We can say we wanted to group filter customers. Actually, let's just group this by country right here. And now we're able to associate in a folder all those customers by country, so we don't have to kind of rummage through the entire list to see where things are. We can simply see right from here that we have 3 of our customers are based in Belgium. We have more than 1 here in the United States. And we can simply save this as well. And save, and let's add this to the dashboard. And when we go back to the dashboard, we can see that let's refresh. And there'll be a new set of KPIs attached to our dashboard now. Right here. Okay? So it's a couple of different ways that you can kind of use our filters, our group bys, and how you can save them and add them into the dashboard. Let's just take a quick look at a pivot table or two. Let's look at sales reporting. Here's a graphical analysis of it. We can view either in a bar graph, in a line graph, or in a pie chart. Let's do some filters and group bys. Let's just view all sales. Let's group it by sales channel. And so here we can easily see the KPIs of which sales team is performing the best, which one needs to work a little bit harder. Right here on our website sales channel, we can see that these guys need to bump up their game a little bit. And if we want, we can also view things in our pivot table view. So here are the different sales teams that we have. We have our measures right here that we can add more information to. So we can say, let's add in quantity ordered. Let's add in quantity to invoice. And then we can even expand this even a little bit more and go in a little bit more depth to find out more information. Maybe we want to see the product within the America sales. Maybe we want to see within that product. We want to see the price list associated with it. There's so much information that we can see on a granular level. And this is all can be viewed in our pivot table right here, for example. Okay? Very simple to expand and then reduce the pivot table as well. So just a little overview of what we went over. We started off in our website. We filled a contact us form. Dropped down into our leads list. We converted that lead into an opportunity. We showed you how you can import your own leads list as well. And from there, we went into our pipeline Kanban view, and we moved our opportunities across the different stages. We showed you all the different bits of information that you can add into every opportunity form. We marked an opportunity as one, and we showed how to add different stages in our pipeline, how to access the settings of each stage, how to send a quote, how that converts to a sales order, and how to create an invoice from there. And then we also overviewed a little bit about our products, how to create a product, how to create a price list, how an online quotation can be viewed and how it looks, as well as having it available in PDF form. And then we went over a little bit on reporting, how to use the pivot table, how to save things to your dashboard, so you have KPI views, and we also did a couple of graphs as well. So those are some of the things that you can do in your own CRM and sales modules when you are a customer of ours and you use Odoo. There's plenty more that can be shown, but because we have a limit on time, I'm going to have to wrap this up right now, if that's okay with you, Todd.
Absolutely.
And we'll save a little bit of time for some questions.
Cool. Awesome.
Awesome.
First, Vivek, thank you so much for an awesome presentation. I really appreciate it. Actually, do you want to bring up your information just so they can
Sure.
have it? And then, as mentioned in the beginning, if you guys have any additional questions, be sure to defer to Vivek. You can email him at vki@odoo.com or schedule a meeting with him by clicking on the link, which is also in this YouTube video description. So we do have a couple questions, not many actually. Seems like you did an incredible job of just kind of going over it. So let me go with this one. So would you mind talking about just a little bit more in depth about the different ways that someone can pay or respond to a quote online? So like if you go into quotation, other info, payment, and then like immediate after website validation, and just kind of show maybe, I guess, how a customer can put in their credit card info or something?
Yeah. So I believe I did that previously. Let's just take a look. Let's just use the demo database from right here. So all you would do is you would pick the payment acquirer that you are interested in using. Let's look for Stripe right here. Right here. Okay. All you would do is install it. And then you would activate it. You would add in the credentials information right here and any configuration right here. So I believe what you're asking is saving the token. So we don't save the token in Odoo. That is done by the payment acquirer. So you can either pick whether the customer is redirected directly to the website of the acquirer, or you can encode the payment details on the website as well. And you can do that all from here. And that's how you would basically, once you would fill out this configuration and you would add in the credentials right here, all you would have to do is to publish it right here. And now this becomes available for someone to use. I don't think it's set properly because I've not set the keys right here. But if you want to see more of this, all you can do is you can email me directly, something that might take a few minutes to set up, and I don't know if we have all that time available right now. But yes, email me at vki@odoo.com, and I will show you how, because I have dummy information in my email to set these credentials up, as well as a dummy card, credit card that we can use as well. And I can run you through a demo real quick in about 5 or 10 minutes to show you how you can set this up and then have a customer go into their online quote and accept and pay for it directly from there using Stripe that we've already installed and configured.
Perfect. Cool. And then the next question we have is from Shashank Garg. His question was, would you mind showing what it looks like if you need to return any products? Was his question. Does that register to you?
Return any products as in creating a credit note to something that we've already registered a payment for?
I'm not sure. It wasn't entirely explicit. Is
Yeah.
that okay? Well,
Little vague.
well-
It's a little vague.
well, how about this, Shashank? You know, we've got Vivek's email in there, so if you want to ask a more elaborate question, maybe have him reach out to you directly. That would be great.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk to you, Shashank. If you want to send me an email, then I'll give you my phone number, and then we can have a conversation about it as well.
Perfect.
Okay?
The next question is from Stephen Dobler. Is there a simple out-of-the-box solution to recurring orders so that they're captured in the pipeline and can generate SOs?
So that's some sort of automation that would need to be done. I don't believe that's something that's done directly out of the box in Odoo. To kind of set up a recurring order is something that would not be able to be done, I think, right out of the box in the CRM and Sales app. But it's something that we can always do for you and something that we can set up for you as well.
Absolutely. And then the next question also is from Stephen Dobler. What effect does that have on the opportunity pipeline tied to the original SO or PO?
Where's the question?
What effect? Hold on, let me ask.
So it's
So this is the question about generating recurring invoices with the subscription app.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you can do that if you add the subscriptions app into your database. Then yes, you can do the recurring as well, of course. So sorry, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so we don't have it installed into our database that we did the demo through. But if you add in the subscriptions app, that way you can generate reoccurring sales orders through there. You can set it up in subscriptions where the token is saved, and every month on that date, the payment can be regenerated automatically without you having to create a new sales order.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Then the next question is, well, actually, it looks like we got some people helping out in the chat. So we'll just ask it out loud. So Dave TTEK asked, do customers who have provided credit cards do customers need to provide credit cards ahead of time? Do they get set up in the customer's profile so that when it needs to get charged, it all is in one place? I guess it's just a question about the customer's profile.
Okay, so on the customer's profile, we would not store their credit card information. There's no actual place to do that, unless it's in subscriptions, and then the token is saved via the payment acquirer that is used to complete the transaction. But on the customer form, you would not be setting up the customer's financial information. You wouldn't be doing that.
Okay, which makes perfect sense, right? When you go into Amazon or something, like, they wouldn't necessarily store it, but your web browser might be able to store your credit card information.
Yeah, something like that.
So, great question. It looks like we don't have any more questions. I think, let me just kind of pop into a new view. All right, cool. So, as mentioned before, you guys, if you'd like to schedule a meeting with Vivek, you can just visit the link below, which I've also posted in the description of the YouTube video, which is just odoo.com/r/Vivek, where he will walk through any questions that you guys have, give you a demonstration, and make sure that you have a presentation that is tailored to your business needs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
You got it, Todd.
Perfect. And if you have any also additional questions that you'd like to ask that are more general about Odoo, let's say you already are a customer and maybe you want to find out about roadshows or new events or something, you can always email us at webinars@odoo.com. Also, if you'd like to suggest webinar topics as well, that's a great source. And as you can see on the right side, we've got all of our social media sites that we'd love to have you guys follow us on. Just give us a promo and we'll give more information about that. So I think that's pretty much about it for today. If you guys want to revisit this link at any time, this was live, but we also have it as a permanent link on YouTube. So just revisit this link and you'll be able to see the video at any time.
Thanks, Todd.
Absolutely.
It's a
Vivek,
pleasure.
thanks so much, man.
A lot of fun.
And this is Odoo Live signing off. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.